It's time for another show, and today I thought it'd be a perfect episode to illustrate how you get a stuck shed off your snake. This is Pepper, and she's a Boa Constrictor Imperator BCI, and as you can see, she's a striped one. Very nice pattern, great color. Anyhow, she's in a temporary cage until I can get her bigger cage. Unfortunately, it's an aquarium. And as much as I missed it, and I have acrylic lids on it to help keep the humidity in, fortunately it wasn't high enough for her, and she has some stuck shed on her. This is relatively easy to get off. I've gotten very difficult sheds, such as eye caps, and if they get it under the chin and on the jaw, that's a pain to get off too. She had to open the mouth of a snake. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity show you guys an easy and effective way to get pretty easy stuck sheds off. I started working on it, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just videotape it. She has some on her belly and most on her tail still, but it's relatively easy to get off if you know the right steps and the right tricks to do it. So I'm gonna put down the camera and try and talk this out to you as best as I can. Okay, this is just set up in the bathroom, so it's going to echo, and I have this shower curtain in front of me, or behind me. So this is Pepper again, in shed, and some did not come off. It's pretty recent, within the last few hours, so her skin's pretty soft. However, don't advise doing that. What you want to do is probably soak your snake in the water for about 15 to 25 minutes, warm water. And then what I like to do is take a wet towel. Now for soaking in the towel, I like to either use distilled or reverse osmosis water because of the lack of salt and impurities in that water. It tends to expand the skin a little bit more and makes it a lot easier for it to come off. So once you've soaked your snake, you grab a towel, which is soaking in RO water, distilled water. Oops, sorry Pepper. And you just let your snake, you grip around it, and you just let your snake go through the towel and slither through the towel. And for her, it takes a little bit of coaxing. But if she wants to go somewhere, she'll start to go somewhere. And as she starts to travel, there we go. The skin will slowly come off, and you want to go very, very slow. Just slow. Make sure you get it all. Oh, and if you hear any crunching, that's there's some skin. That's her her tail skin in between my legs. Now, if you go very slow, she hasn't been handled much her whole life, and I have been working with her. They seem to realize that it's helping them, and they start to feel better, and they will relax. I've had stuck sheds, you know, where it builds up, and it's under the jaw here, it's in the lip, and they can't open their mouths or close their mouths properly, and it takes a long time to get those off, but they'll hold play for if you hypnotize them first. Which is a secret on how I hypnotize my snakes. But they'll pretty much hold still, for me at least, if I'm working on a shed. They hold still, they realize it feels better to them, and they'll help you out and cooperate in that respect. So, back to the shed, you might have to re-moisten your towel if it starts to dry out too much. Oh, don't squeeze too hard. You might break a rib. But just firm, gentle pressure, or gentle, firm pressure, however that's described. And you see you get pieces that come off. And you keep doing that. Probably will have to soak her here momentarily. If this doesn't come off, I'm trying to get, actually it's starting to come off really well now. Like I said, you soak them first in RO or distilled. Make sure it's warm water. It's not, you know, like 70, 65 degree water. You want warm water. And then you take your towel and you just slowly work it off. Now we get to the tail, and the tail is tricky. The tail, sheds can build up on the tail as well, and you want to make sure that the end of your tail is nice and moist. And you just go very slow. Actually, I'm going to have to probably soak her, especially around her cloaca there. Cloaca is right here. I'll probably have to soak her a little bit more, which I'll come back for that. I'm going to cut out. But as far as her belly goes, all the shed's off of her belly right now, and her belly's nice and good, and she's nice and light. There's some striping. So I'll be back momentarily and do part 2 of getting the shed off. So I'm going to go soak her in the water. BRB.